What's up, guys? Before we get into today's episode of the podcast, I just want to go ahead and say today it's me and Little John sitting on the porch. It's kind of raining. It's a little chilly outside. This is our vibe, man. This is really our vibe. This is where the podcast should be done. We might try and make this our permanent home. But we were going to try and get you guys some video today, Dallas. But we had some difficulties with the mics, so at the end of it, in order for us to get this podcast done for you guys, because I want to try to get this one up on New Year's, we can't do video. So hopefully I'll get another mic soon, and there will be video. But just know that we did try for you, Dallas. We did try. And for those of you who don't know, that's my older brother, and he said he would love to watch, but he just don't really watch because there's no video. We tried for you, buddy, but it didn't really work out like I wanted it to. But with that being said, let's get right into today's episode. What is up, fam? How's it going? Welcome back for those of you on YouTube. Welcome back to those of you guys on Spotify. And for those of you who didn't know, we're on Spotify. Hit that link in the description below. Go give your boys a follow, a subscription, whatever it is on Spotify. I don't really use Spotify. I'm an Apple Music kind of guy. Don't hate me, don't kill me, but Apple Music is superior. But, you know, that's just facts. But we got my boy Lil John.
What's up?
And, like I said in the little intro, we're on the porch. It's a vibe. If you guys hear the rain, we might put you to sleep. Hopefully we don't. We got a great topic for you guys today. It may be a touchy subject for some. It may be a good subject for others. It may be a bad subject for some. We're going to be talking about relationships. What are your, when I bring up the word relationship to you, what are your first thoughts? Just tell me what you're thinking.
I don't really know. Like someone who you're like in love with, you know.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about love.
Mm.
I'm not talking about your person. Where I'm just saying, if I say the word relationship, what comes to your mind? It could be love. It could be your relationship. But when you hear the word relationship, what do you think about?
I don't really know. I can't explain that word relationship.
Because me, when I think of it, it's not an actual synonym of the word, but I think of confusion. And that's just because of where I stand on relationships. We'll get further into the podcast on my thoughts, because that's really why I wanted to do this. I'll explain later why today's topic is relationships. But at the end of the podcast, I'm going to ask you guys for some... Hang on a second. Had to cough. At the end of the podcast, I'm going to ask you guys for some advice to see if I'm in the right, in the wrong, and I just want you guys to hear the full story before you guys judge me or make assumptions. Now, it's nothing bad. It's just thoughts that I have, and I just need to know if I'm stuck in my own head or if some people really do just be like that sometimes. But, before we get into it, let's get Lil John's first thoughts on the word relationship. Those were my first thoughts. What are yours?
Just someone who you can hang out with, you know, be yourself around, and like I don't really know. I don't have words to like express it. I don't know.
Okay, but let me ask you this: when I say the word relationship, do you automatically go to like a loving relationship? Or do you think about maybe abusive relationships? Do you think about guy relationships, like the bromances? Like, what? When you hear the word relationship, I mean, because honestly, mine goes to just a man and a woman in love. That's it.
That's really what mine goes to. I mean, you
'cause
could have like not in like the love type relationship. I mean, you could have like a good relationship with your friends. You know, it don't have to be
I
like
said,
all
at
about
the end of
love.
the day, it all boils down. I think anyone can say this, but there are many types of relationships. I mean, like you said, you got like a mom and a son relationship.
Yeah.
It doesn't all have to be about two people, hanging out, making love, anything like that. It's really just a bond between two people. I'm not sure what the dictionary meaning of it is. I mean, we could look it up, but why? We just roll with the flow here. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Um, but like I said, me personally, it's just a bond between two people. But I think in today's day and age, anytime someone hears the word relationship, it automatically goes to a man and a woman, or maybe two men or two women. It's 2023. But your mind just goes to two people in love. And like I said, later we'll get into about why I say I have confusion. But to get started, let's just talk about. We're just gonna refer to it as relationships now. I mean, because we've already discussed what we all think about when we hear the word relationship. But let's talk about how it is how the dating game has changed. Because I mean, if you think back in the old days, and when I say the old days, I don't even mean that long ago. Probably 5 to 10 years ago is when it probably started changing. But back in the old days, you could go to like the county fair, you could go to the skating rink, the local farmers market. Sometimes at school, sometimes at the park. Birthday parties, anything like that. Basically, anytime you got out, you could meet a girl, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, many people don't do that nowadays. People go out, but they like to stick to their friend groups. And because I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know why, but sometimes I'm scared to hit on a girl in public. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't know if it's because of the fear of rejection. I don't know if it's because I'm just not that confident. I don't know. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's just I feel like it's changed, and I feel like just like everything else, it's gonna move to the technological side. Especially with like all the dating apps. I mean, you got your Tinder, Bumble, Grinder, Match, eHarmony. I don't even know if the eHarmony and Match are still a thing. I remember seeing those commercials all the time on TV. Are you 65 or older? Do you think there's no shot at love? Try Match, where 100% of our relationships end in marriage. What a lie. The funniest part is I think one of them, either eHarmony or Match, one of the creators, him and his wife got in a divorce.
Dang.
But what are your thoughts on dating apps and stuff like that?
I don't really use them, but like I've heard about them, which I've heard some bad stories. I've heard some good stories, you know. But me personally, I really wouldn't go on a dating app. I would just like I don't know. It's really hard to like meet women like outside of the social medias and dating apps and everything because no one really goes out no more. Everyone's just on the phone and just like DMing and all the dating apps really. But
And I mean, it's kind of like everything. I believe before the end of it, people might end up with AI girlfriends.
I mean, yeah,
If there aren't any already, I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I've heard about it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Might be a topic for another day.
yeah, for real.
But so yeah, I mean, like, I'm not even gonna lie. I've tried Tinder, Bumble, and in the beginning, I mean, like right out of high school, I kind of got on them, and I was kind of taking them serious. I was like, I'm gonna try to find my wife on here. Maybe she's out there. And the more I started using them, the more I just started to entertain myself. I was just like, is this really how you meet your wife? Are you really gonna meet your significant other on a dating app? Because me, I'm an old school guy. I like meeting in person. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Dating apps, it's not like I'm saying they're bad. It's not like I'm saying they're the devil or anything like that. I'm just, in the long run, are you really going to find your person on a dating app? It is possible because I do know a few people who have. But me personally, I just don't know. Because I've met quite a few people on the apps. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Great people. I mean, I don't have one of those stories where I almost got killed or kidnapped or anything like that. I mean, because me personally, I think I can catch them in the beginning. I mean, because you can kind of tell when stuff's off. But at the same time, I'm never going to say never. But another thing is just like I go out. I mean, I meet these women on the apps. I go out, have fun. And here's why I talk about confusion with me. Because me personally, I go on these apps for a reason. I think I can find that special someone. I think I can find love, if you so will say. But at the end of the day, I'm not really sure if love's what I want, because and this is why I said I need you guys to hear my whole side of the story, and I'm also going to get John's opinion on it. So, me personally, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's like really a thing or if I'm just in my own head, but I truly believe I was meant to be a loner.
Why do you say that?
Because, man, I mean, it's just like, I guess you could say I've been in love before, and just after a while, I don't know if it was the girl, I don't know if it's just me, but I just, like, in the beginning, in the first month and a half to 3 months, I was really feeling it. I was happy and everything, and then it just got to where it felt like it was a burden on me. I was just like, damn, I gotta keep this relationship up, because if I don't, I'm gonna break this girl's heart, and then finally it just got to the point where I was like, I should quit lying to myself and to her and just let her know how I feel. So I kind of told her, I'm like, I'm just not feeling it anymore. Sorry, it kind of came down to this, but I figured might as well do it now rather than 2-3 years down the road. And like I said, don't get me wrong, great girl. But like I said, at the end of the day, and the reason I wanted to bring it up tonight is because I just got back from a date. And I was on this date. I had a good time. Great girl. And I don't know, just the whole time, I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, is this really what I want? Because, like, don't get me wrong. It's not. I like hanging out. I like going on dates. I like doing all the romantic stuff. But I just, me personally, I think I don't want to say that I just want an F buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, I really do like going out. I like doing all this romantic stuff. But at the end of the day, I just want to be able to do me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me, I am a very spontaneous person. Spur of the moment. I mean, I talked about this in a little bit in the last podcast. I told you guys I went to Miami to see Troy Bond. Well, the way that came about, I don't remember if I talked about it or not, but it was, we had known about it for a while. Troy told us he was coming down. Again, he was going to be in Miami area. We're like, all right, we'll see what we can do. And me personally, I was kind of thinking, I'm like, it's Miami. I don't know if I'm going to go. I want to go really bad, but I don't know if I'm going to go, because I live in Central Florida, and Miami's like 4.5, 5 hours. So I was like, I don't know. But there was always that little sliver where it was like, I'll go. But like I said, for the most part, I had truly done forgot about it because I was like, it's Miami. And then as it got closer, my buddy Austin, you guys might know him as Zombie, he texted me the Tuesday before. They were coming down Friday and Saturday. He texted me that Tuesday, and I was at work Tuesday, and I had to work that Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. And he texted me, he's like, hey, bro, we going? I was like, going where? He's like, we're going down to Miami to see Troy. And I was like, you really wanted to go down there? I was like, it was in Miami. I didn't think we was going to go. He's like, bro, I'm down to go. I was like, all right, man, let me see if I can take it off. So I texted my boss. I'm like, hey, we got anybody off this weekend? He's like, nah. I was like, all right, can I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. So literally within a span of like 15 minutes, I planned an entire trip to Miami and left that Friday. Like literally within that 15 minutes, I requested it off, got it off, booked a hotel room, and we were going down there on Friday. We left Friday. I want to say it was like afternoon. I want to say we left about noon time, noon 1 o'clock. We ended up getting down there about 8:30, 9 o'clock ish. The show started at like 9:30. So, like I said, it was very spur of the moment, and me personally, I like things like that. And sometimes in a relationship, I mean, like I said, and the reason I ask, am I just being overdramatic? Is it just because I haven't found my person yet? Because honestly, I think I need someone who can be as spontaneous as me. What are your thoughts about all this? I've been rambling on. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Really, all I think is do you. I guess I don't know.
It,
Like
but like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna do me, but a little piece of me feels like something's missing. Somebody's missing. Because like I do go on these trips, and it's with different people. Like I mean, last year I went to like 20 Tampa Bay Rays games, and some of them were spur of the moment. It was like the day of. It was like, hey, there's a Rays game. I'm off. Let me get some tickets. Let's go. And I'd ride down there with some of the homeboys, my brothers. I mean, you went to a few, took a few girls, and I mean, it's just like I said. It's either I gotta find someone as spontaneous as me.
that's really what you need. Cause like they gotta match your energy. You know.
I know, but honestly, it's like after a while, you just start to question: is there someone out there for me?
Always. You just gotta meet them. You gotta find them.
I don't know. Like I said, this is where I need your guys' help. Am I overreacting or what? What's going on? I need you guys to let me know for real, because like I just and like I said, I'm really spur of the moment. Most everything I do is spur of the moment. I mean, besides like stuff that needs a date, like weddings and everything like that. For the most part, I really never make plans. It's always the day. I mean, like this podcast, we didn't plan this. It was literally just I got home. I'm like, hey, I want to do a podcast. Get over here, and it was like, all right. So, and now we're here talking to you guys, and we're having a blast. And that's really what I want this podcast to be. I want us to build a bond with you guys, and just know that you guys can talk to us about anything. We can talk to y'all about anything, and at the end of the day, we'll all just get along and really be like one big happy family. But like I said, back to the whole relationship thing. It's like I said, with this one tonight. Like I said, it went really good. We talked, got to know each other a little bit. We got Chick-fil-A, went and watched the movie, and like I said, it was just like it was fun. But I don't know, man. Something just something was just like I don't really know how to explain it because it's like I said, it was fun. I had a blast, but I just don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if I want a relationship. Honestly, it could be because I don't want commitment. I don't know, man. You're over there smiling. What you got?
I don't
I
know.
feel like you got something cooking up, bro.
I'm just
You've been
listening.
quiet.
I'm just listening to you. Cause like I'm trying to think, but I don't. I can't relate to you. You know.
Okay, well, let's hear your story, bro. I mean, you ain't gotta drop names or nothing. You ain't gotta say nothing you don't want to, but you're in a happy relationship.
I am.
Try and see if you got some advice for me, bro. See if you can help me out. Like, what am I doing wrong, bro?
You, you're not really doing. I mean, you've been with some women, you know, but you haven't found the one that you want to be with, you know. And that's really just the thing. You just
Now,
gotta find
see,
the one you
at
want to
the end
be
of the
with.
day, though, that's the thing. I mean, granted, I haven't been with a lot,
No, you've been
but
with a few, but
that's what I'm saying. But it's like most of these girls that I get with, I'm like, I can see a future with them. And then it starts off good. And then as time goes on, slowly, I just start. really, well, it just seems like I just start losing interest in it. So like I stop losing the urge to hang out. Um, and then sometimes it's just like I get to where I don't want to text as much. And then it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, something's definitely wrong. I should talk to her about it. And then, like, it honestly sounds, excuse my language, it makes me sound like I'm a fuckboy.
See, I was just about to say no. All right,
No, I mean, it does, though. Because, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I can count on my hand, like, 2 to 3 times where I've had to tell a girl where we've been in, like, a actual good relationship. And I've had to be like, look, it's not you, it's me. And I hate using that line because, like, I'm really not a fuck boy. But, like, it's just my personality, man. So, like, honestly, it's like when I find a good girl and she's good, nice, good looking, I can see a future. Sometimes I'm scared to get in that relationship because I know at the end of the day how I am. And I mean, sometimes I tell them up front. I'm like, hey, look, this is how my last relationship ended. I lost interest. We were together this long. I lost interest, and I dropped it like that. And they're like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. And it's like, okay, are you sure? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, all right. And then when it happens, like I said, I mean, I did give him a fair warning, but I also still feel like the bad guy.
see, I used to be that same way. I used to feel the same way. I'd lose interest, like really, not I wouldn't say fast, but like a couple months into I would just lose interest. Like my last relationship, you know who? Um, I was with her for 4 months, and so so couple months go in. I'm talking to her every day, call her every day, every night. This and that, and then I just stop texting her. She'll blow my phone up. I'll text her. I'm being dry and all this and that, and I just leave them, and they get with someone else, do it again. Get with someone else, do it again. Get with someone else, do it again. I mean, I'm young.
He over here wanting to talk about me.
No,
This man doing the same
yeah,
thing.
but I'm still young, but I was younger, and I was just dating the date, I guess. Cause like my last,
Yeah, I
I
mean, but
hung
just
out
think.
with her all the time.
At the end of the day, it's you were what, middle school? Is that what you're talking about? Middle
Middle
school,
school
early high
to high
school?
school, yeah.
And I mean, honestly, how many of those relationships actually last?
Huh?
How many of those relationships actually last? Like the middle school, high
Oh,
school
middle
relationship?
school, man, they last like a couple months. I mean, I
No, not
like,
not that. I mean,
oh,
like how often do they actually end up marrying, having kids, and
close to
dying together?
none.
That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I mean, yes, we were kind of the same, but at the end of the day, we're not. Because I mean, like I said, middle school, yeah, that's just what you do. You getting your feet wet, you're learning relationships, and I mean, I have seen a few work. I mean, I know a few today that I think are. I just went to a wedding recently for some that met in middle school. They didn't start dating in middle school. Started dating probably about 11th grade,
Mhm.
and like I said, they're happy as can be. Happy for them. I was in the wedding, had a great time. And like I said, I mean, it's like I go to weddings, I'm in weddings, and I'm always like, no, I can't wait to see who's standing across from me at my wedding.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like I get these thoughts. I'm like, Hunter, are you ever gonna have a wedding?
You just gotta find the right one, man. You gotta find the right one that lightens you up.
And and like I said though, it's like the past 2 to 3 relationships I've had in the beginning, the girl lit me up. I was happy. People were telling me, "Hey man, you happier?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I am happy." And then after a while, people are like, "You good, bro?" And it's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just." And then I go on or tell them about losing interest, whatever. They're like, "Well, let her know, bro." And I'm like, "I can't though, because I feel like at the end of the day, I'm not doing anything wrong, but it just feels like it. Because I just feel like I've been lying to this girl for so long. Because like honestly, though, like I said in the beginning, I do feel feelings for the girl. I feel a connection. I'm basically what you could say in love. And then, like I said, I don't know what happens in my brain, but it's just like a switch, and somebody just goes, nope. And like I said, I don't know if it's an action that they do or something. Because I mean, the last girl, that Miami trip, I literally planned it. I was in a relationship, and like 20 minutes after I'd done it, I text her. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna go to Miami this weekend with the boys. And I mean, it might have upset her a little bit. I never did like try to pry on it too much because I was at the end of the day, I know it's wrong. That's something if I'm gonna be in a committed relationship, that's something you gotta ask. You know, like, hey, can I go to Miami? You know, cause it is Miami.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't do anything. It's not like I was talking to other women. It's not like I danced with other women. It's not like I was drinking with other women. I wasn't cheating. I didn't go down there to cheat. I literally went down there to just explore Miami with the boys. We had never been, and just go to this comedy show, and that's all we did. I mean, we drank together, but we didn't drink with women. And it's still just, I don't know. Like I said, it's just, I mean, I probably went the wrong way about it, but at the end of the day, like I said, I'm just that spontaneous, and it's just I can do stuff like that with the boys, but I can't do that with women because I mean,
Are you insecure?
am I insecure
Yeah.
about what myself?
No, because you said you could do that with the boys, but you can't do it with a woman.
No, I mean it just seems like that. It just seems like with the boys I can make plans because I mean they
Oh,
were in relationships too, and I can
yeah,
just be. We were all like, hey, let's go to Miami. Booked it, done.
yeah.
Seems like anytime I try that with a woman, and I mean sometimes it's just I get off work because I got a complex schedule. I mean I work 14 days a month. I work 2 days 1 week. I work 2 days 1 week. I work five. The schedule is complex, but like I said, and then sometimes I I get off work, and sometimes that's the only time I can see them, and I'm just trying to get dinner, and I'm like, hey, you want to get dinner tonight? And it's like, nah, I can't. I got this, and it's like, all right. And then it just seems like, it seems kind of hard to make plans with girls. Like I said, I might not have just found the right one, but I don't know. And it's not insecurity, because like I said, I would love to make plans like that, but at the end of the day, I feel like with a girl though, that's something that you build on. It's not something you're gonna do in the beginning because you just met her, the relationship's new. But I feel like after a year and a half, yeah, we can do that. Let's take a weekend trip to Miami. Let's do it. But that's my thing. I can't get through that long to do that.
This commitment, man, because the relationship I'm in, I've been with 10 months, right? About 4 months in, I started losing interest. Hopefully she don't hear this. But, I started losing interest. I stopped texting her a bunch. And she's like, and she notices, she's like, John, you losing interest and blah, 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 You haven't been texting me lately, calling me lately, and this and that. And I guess I just, like, I don't know, like, because after that, after she texted me all that, because a month went by before. And, after she texted me that, I just started, texting her, calling her all the time, and like, I don't know. And now I'm with her for 10 months, and that was like 5 months ago that I stopped texting her and all this and that, and now I'm here, 10 months.
So, like, what did you change that I need to change?
I guess
Like,
my attitude, because really, beginning I didn't care as much as I care now for her. I don't know. I guess I just changed after she like noticed all that and this and that.
yeah,
I
but
don't
I
know.
mean, the thing is, when you said you were losing interest in the beginning, were you losing interest with the girl or with the relationship?
Really, with the relationship, like I just didn't want to be in it. I don't understand how to explain it. It's I don't know, it's complicated, but I don't know.
Because honestly, it's like, that's my thing. Honestly, sometimes I think it's like, I'm losing interest the um with the relationship, but part of me feels like it could be with the girl. But me, I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and um get it. I'm gonna go ahead and break it off before um it gets to the point where I gotta tell this girl, hey, kick rocks.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. Like I said, it's just at the end of the day, I don't know what I want, and it's hard to figure it out. Before we get back into the podcast, I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to a proud sponsor of the podcast, Web Western. Web Western is for all those who roll up their sleeves and do what it takes to get the job done. The arrow serves as a constant reminder to be a straight shooter. No excuses, no bullshit, just honest, hard work. It's a brand that reflects the passion within us to lend a hand when it's needed, fight to protect our God given rights, and live like there's no tomorrow. Dylan Webb, the founder of Web Western, created this brand to build a community of like minded individuals who take pride in American values, grab life by the horns, and are always straight shooters. They have all your Western needs hats, shirts, and hoodies, and more, such as their newest edition, the felt cowboy hats. Be sure to check out Web Western using my link in the description below or use code YT_LIAT. That's YT_LIAT at checkout for 10% off and to help support the podcast. And as always, be a straight shooter. Thank you guys. I just want to say thank y'all for if y'all use that link, help getting a boy paid. One day it'll pay off. But like I said, honestly, it's a great company. I love the hats. I love everything. I mean, I wear them out all the time. If I'm going out on a date to meet a lady, I got that Web Western on. I'm going to a wedding, got that Web Western on. I'm going out to get my hands dirty, got that Web Western on.
Oh yeah, they're so comfortable too. I love how they fit, I
And like I
personally
said,
like them.
honestly, I requested the brand deal. And honestly, the only reason I did it was for the hats. I mean, now that I got it, I should probably start wearing their shirts, hoodies, everything like that, just to see how they are. But I mean, in Florida, we really don't need a whole lot of hoodies. So I mean, I'll let y'all test that out. But as far as like the t-shirts and everything go, I need to get a few, try them out for y'all. But at the end of the day, like I said, I just got it for the hats because I love wearing hats, and like I said, those are some of the most comfortable and stylish hats. I mean, they got one now. It's the John 316 hat. It's got John 316 on the side, and then the roof of the hat, I'm gonna call it, where like on the inside of the hat and where your head goes, they got the verse John 3:16 written on it. And as a Christian, it's nice to have stuff like that that looks good, but also has a meaning to me. And Lil John, he wears them all the time too. Like I said, I buy some, give them to him. Although one time I did give him one and kind of wore it to SeaWorld. And let's just say somebody else might be the new owner of a Web Western hat.
Oh yeah.
Because he rode it on a water ride, and let's just say the water took it.
Oh yeah. I was. Oh man, I tried. They would not let me grab. It was right in front of me. If I would have bent down and grabbed it, I could have. I could have had
I
it.
would have just did it.
We would have got kicked out.
Okay, man. Shoot, man. That would have been a good story for the brand.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
But, I mean, just think. We could have talked about it, and it could have been like, hey, this brand's so good, we got kicked out of SeaWorld for it.
Yeah, it was actually Busch
Big
Gardens, but
well, I knew it was one of the two. But, anyways, guys, I think that'll about wrap up this episode. It's a little quick episode. Like I said, I just need y'all's help. I need y'all to let me know. Am I in the right here? Am I in the wrong? Do I need to change? I need y'all's opinion. Honestly, let me get the guy's side. Let me get the girl's side. Because honestly, I'm starting to think maybe it ain't for me. But like John was saying, maybe I just ain't found the one. So, like I said, just let me know down in the comments. Hit us up on Instagram. Just let me know, and maybe in the next episode we'll get some of your guys' responses and everything and bring it back up. We're going to get Little John's final thoughts, and then we're going to sign off. What are your final thoughts about relationships, man? Just like give us your final verdict on my situation. Just give me your final thoughts on it. He's saying there's hope.
There is hope. You just gotta find that one, and you will eventually. Might take some time,
I hope so.
and you will.
Hey, so I'm just saying, if you're out there, you've seen the content, you think I'm good looking, hit me up on Insta. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hard to find. But like I said, I think that'll do it for this episode. This was really just one kind of where we wanted to just give you guys a little insight into our personal lives. You know, get you guys involved and kind of just show you guys what this podcast is gonna be moving on into the future. We want it to be a platform to where you guys can reach out to us for answers. We can reach out to you guys for answers, and at the end of the day, we'll just all help each other, and then hopefully you can come back for a laugh. You know, hopefully you can come in for a therapy session and leave laughing and smiling. But anyways, this is Little John
See ya.
and Hunter. See y'all later. Signing off. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.